If you could hold your heaviest feeling in your hands like an object and simply put it down, what would that feeling be? Alright, now hold that thought and let this guided visualization help us do just that. Put away what doesn't serve us, practice self-forgiveness, and find inner peace. Now before we begin, find a comfortable position, whether you're sitting or lying down. And if you need to pause the video to settle in, go ahead and do that now. Now gently close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in. And let it out softly. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathe in and breathe out, releasing any tension you may be holding in your body. As you continue breathing naturally, I want you to imagine yourself standing at the edge of a quiet, still body of water. Maybe it's a lake nestled between gentle hills, or a calm river winding through a peaceful forest. Whatever comes naturally to you, notice how the water simply exists, without effort, without agenda. It doesn't choose who may drink from it, or who deserves to be nourished by it. A flower growing at its edge, a bird passing through, a weary traveler who has walked a long and difficult road. All are welcomed equally. All receive the same gift. The water simply gives, freely, unconditionally, without judgment. And as you stand at its edge, something begins to happen. In the presence of this stillness, this quiet, unhurried peace, things you've been carrying begin to surface. Not because you're looking at them, but because stillness has a way of making space for what's been waiting. You don't need to reach for anything. You don't need to name anything. Simply notice what arises and know that you are safe here, present, aware, and ready to set it down. The water holds it all. This is your moment, not to fix anything, not to figure anything out, but simply to breathe and begin to let go. And as you let go, allow these affirmations to fill that space with appreciation for who you are and the worth you carry in this world. Let them reach you softly, and I invite you to repeat them with me, either in your mind or out loud. I am free to be myself. I accept myself just as I am. I allow myself to feel free. I let go of unnecessary worries. I release the weight on my shoulders. I allow my mind to rest. I honor the good intentions behind my actions. I trust my sense of goodwill. I allow stillness to rise within me. I feel safe in this moment. And I allow myself to simply be. Now, as you continue to stand at the water's edge, allow your gaze to rest on its surface. Notice how still it is, how it holds everything around it, the reflection of the sky, the silhouette of the trees, the light dancing gently on its surface, without clinging to any of it. What comes, it receives. What goes, it releases, always returning to stillness. Now, imagine taking that burden you've been carrying, that guilt, that regret, that pressure, and gently, with both hands, placing it into the water. Watch as it leaves your hands and the water receives it without hesitation, without resistance, just as it receives everything else. And slowly, you watch it dissolve, the way a cloud of ink disperses in still water, spreading thinner and thinner until it disappears completely, and the water returns to stillness. The judgment you carry was never placed on you by life itself. It was placed there by fear, by comparison, by the impossible standards we sometimes hold ourselves to. But life, like water, has never stopped flowing for you. It has never withheld its gifts because you fell short. It has never turned away because you made a mistake. And if life itself does not judge you, perhaps it's time to offer yourself that same grace. Now let these affirmations guide you toward acceptance and anchor that grace within you. Repeat them with me. I release what no longer serves me. I am gentler with myself with every breath. I allow myself to receive grace as freely as it is given. I forgive myself for the moments I fell short. I am free to be imperfect like anyone else. I honor the intention behind my actions. I return to stillness, and I am at peace. Now let's take a walk along the water's edge. Notice everything that surrounds it, how alive it all looks, how vibrant, coexisting in such harmony and with such balance. Now consider this. Every living thing that has ever come to this water has been received in the same way, without question, without condition, without judgment. The water doesn't weigh your past before it nourishes you. It doesn't measure your worth before it gives. It simply offers itself equally to all. And as you turn your eyes back to the water and focus on its undisturbed stillness, the water offers you a message that slowly emerges to its surface. The message says, "The universe sees you the same way, not through the lens of your mistakes, not through the weight of your regrets, but through the simple, quiet recognition that you are here, that you are alive, and that you are worthy of nourishment, just as you are." Now, as you stand here, lighter than when you arrived, look at your reflection in the water. Not the version of you weighted down by guilt or regret, but the version that did something courageous, the version that showed up, that chose to let go, that decided today to be a little kinder to themselves. That is who you are, and that is who the water sees. Now let these affirmations rise within you with the full weight of that truth. Now repeat them with me. I am seen by life without judgment, and I extend that same grace to myself. I am seen by life without judgment, and I extend that same grace to myself. I release the impossible standards I have held against myself. I release the impossible standards I have held against myself. I am worthy of nourishment, love, and forgiveness, just as I am. I am worthy of nourishment, love, and forgiveness, just as I am. I am as deserving of compassion as any living thing on this earth. I am as deserving of compassion as any living thing on this earth. I forgive myself fully, and I open my heart to peace. I forgive myself fully, and I open my heart to peace. I stand in the truth of who I am, imperfect, growing, and worthy. I stand in the truth of who I am, imperfect, growing, and worthy. I am held by life, supported by life, and nourished by life, always. I am held by life, supported by life, and nourished by life, always. Now take a slow, deep breath in, and out slowly. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, in and out. Before you leave this place, take one last look at the water. Notice how it remains undisturbed, how it holds no trace of what it just released into it. No memory of the weight you carried here. It simply is, and so are you. You came here carrying something heavy, and you chose to set it down. That is not a small thing. That is courage. That is self-awareness. That is the first and most important step toward a more peaceful relationship with yourself. And the water will always be here, whenever you need to return, whenever life feels heavy again, whenever guilt or doubt begin to gather, you know the way back. Because peace was never something you had to find out there. It was always here within you, waiting quietly like still water for you to return to it. Now, as we bring this practice to a close, allow these final affirmations to settle into you, softly, like the last light of day touching the surface of the water. Now repeat with me. I release all judgment and welcome myself home. I am at peace with who I am and where I am in my journey. I am grateful for this moment of awareness and release. I embrace my humanity with compassion and understanding. I am whole, I am forgiven, and I am at peace.